Hey guys, Stitches here, back at it again with another Beyblade battle for Beyblade Day as a part of the Beyblade Day Battle Fest. Last time we did Cobalt Dragoon versus Wizard Arrow, and Cobalt Dragoon won by a landslide, pretty much taking up all the points that it could, not without Wizard Arrow squeaking out a few wins though. And as for this time, we are actually going to be using two bays that are used by the same person in the anime. These two bays being on the left, we have Wizard Arrow returning again from last time, here to see if it can prove itself in the arena. And Knight Lance, a Beyblade that, similarly to Wizard Arrow, is used by Multi-Nana Iro. It is a very tall defense type, focused pretty much entirely on counterattacking an enemy. So I'm actually curious to see how this will go. But without further ado, let's look at the actual bays combos themselves. So starting off, let's take a look at Wizard Arrow here. Wizard Arrow is a right spinning stamina type with this sort of eye-like design here, as well as having these sort of bow-like designs on the edge. This combo for it comes on the 480 ratchet and the ball bit, making it a tall stamina type meant to keep itself upright and from scraping the ground as long as possible. However, the 480 ratchet kind of screws it over a little bit, so we'll see how it does. In this battle, it has the type advantage out of the two. Next up, we have Knight Lance, a right spinning defense type Beyblade focused on defending and counterattacking. Its combo is also 480, but also using the 480 ratchet, but it is on high needle, a version of the needle bit that is 1 millimeter taller. It acts as a sort of significantly taller brother to that of Knight Shield, of which I don't have the stock combo for. Now, as I get set up here, I will be going over some other information. As with the rest of this Battle Fest, excuse me, need to grab some water real quick. Sorry, I had to grab some water. I suddenly was having trouble speaking. As with the rest of this Battle Fest, though, it will be taking place over the course of 3 matches. One in the Beyblade Burst Dynamite Stadium, one in the Hasbro Beyblade X Xtreme Stadium, and one in the Double Xtreme Stadium. Each match goes to 5 points. The scoring system, bursts and stamina outs are always the same score, with stamina outs being 1 point, bursts always being 2 points. Knockouts in the Dynamite Stadium are only 1 point and can also be obtained by knocking the opponent from over the top. And extreme finishes aren't possible in this stadium. However, once we move on to the other 2 stadiums, knockouts will become 2 points if they go in the knockout pocket, and it will be a do-over if the bay flies out through the top, as per the rules of Beyblade X. Each round will be each match will go to 5 points. Because these bays are both pretty calm, I'll be launching Wizard Arrow first, but we'll see how that goes. Additionally, I'm also going to be using this string launcher here as the only launcher being used because these two bays are both right spin. So without further ado, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. A burst pretty much right away, something that I was totally expecting. This is where I expect Night Lance to falter. I expect Night Lance to be the loser of this video, mainly because Night Lance here is a defense type which is weak to stamina types. So that burst finish gives Wizard Arrow a 2-point lead, making the score 2-0. We saw Night Lance doing some pretty good attacks. They're both around the same height too, so I don't think that they'll have too much of an issue. Night Lance has tilted itself and started going around the edge, but it just wasn't enough. The score is Wizard Arrow 3, Night Lance 0. Honestly, that was crazy there. I wasn't expecting Night Lance to do that. Night Lance is doing its signature tilting maneuver. And it seems like Night Lance actually took that with a stamina out. This is actually something that can happen, as technically speaking, needle tips have less friction on the stadium, so they can actually also be used for stamina. It really just depends on what flavor of stamina you want. But in the past, ball tips have typically been considered better for stamina, as well as the wider needle tips. I'm actually surprised Night Lance even managed to gain a point. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Night Lance is really trying to knock the Wizard Arrow around the arena. Ooh. Another stamina out for Night Lance, putting the score Night Lance 2, Wizard Arrow 3. We're actually kind of seeing something interesting, which is because of the depth of the stadium, Night Lance is actually doing quite well. Because it keeps knocking around Wizard Arrow in a way that Wizard Arrow, all it's doing is losing stamina by drifting across the stadium. But Night Lance is using this to kind of pendulum effect its way around the stadium due to this needle tip reducing the friction. 3, 2, 1. Night Lance has managed to make a comeback, putting the score at 3-3. I'm actually surprised that this is even happening. Night Lance typically doesn't even get wins in general I'm assuming it has to just be the fact that we're in a weird stadium for these bays to even compete in. Because normally Nightlands can't compete against even attack types. It just suffers too much. But I guess because of its height, it really is just wailing. Because of its height and its more aggressive shape, it is just kind of wailing down on Wizard. Here. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. 3, 2, 1, go. Nightlands got Wizard Arrow knocked out, putting the score at Nightlands 4, Wizard Arrow 3. Nightlands is now feasibly in the running to actually win this. I'm just baffled. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm pretty sure just did its special move from the anime where it jumped up and countered the opponent. That is crazy. Nightlands has taken this first round victory. That is just something that is pretty unbelievable could even happen. Though, then again, all of my expectations have really been shattered each time we've done a match today. Then again, that's what Beyblade's all about, is the shattering of expectations. Then again, I suppose you could argue, how can you have expectations in a game about spinning tops? Really quick, I'm just checking the framing of the stadium. And alright, we are now in the Xtreme Stadium, meaning the point system has changed. Survivor finishes are still 1, and burst finishes are still 2, but if you get knocked into the corner 2 pockets, on the top corners there, you get 2 points. It is 2 points, and if you get knocked into the extreme pocket there, it is 3 points. The score is still going to 5 points, as usual, so let us continue the shenanigans. Here's where I'm expecting Nightlands to really fall off, even though both A's are around the same height, is because this dish is rather shallow compared to the Dynamite one. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Wizard Arrow is tilting. Nightlands has flipped over Wizard Arrow. This makes the score Nightlands 1, Wizard Arrow 0. Nightlands may actually also win this because of its more aggressive shape, may give it technically more of a stationary attack type here. Turning into a battle of scraping. And Nightlands has lost all of its spin from that. That was crazy. Nightlands knocked Wizard into the extreme line there, which caused it to do an extreme dash, and then Nightlands also did an extreme dash after getting hit. The score is now 1-1. Lance has claimed a burst finish there with an excellent show of combo mastery there. Night Lance has claimed itself 2 points. Honestly, that's crazy. Night Lance there kind of did an extreme dash there to kick off and really burst Wizard Rod. So I suppose now they're even in terms of burst, but the score is now 3-1. Three, two, one, Ooh, and then the score is Night Lance 3, Wizard Arrow 2. Unfortunately, it just got tilted there. I thought we would see another one of its extreme dash things there. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Wizard Arrow is tilting where Night Lance is ready to guard it in all directions. Score is Night Lance 4, Wizard Arrow 2. Night Lance is now only 1 finish away from winning. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Wizard Arrow actually takes it with the extreme finish, meaning Wizard Arrow actually is the victor. That's the nature of the extreme finish, honestly. Think about it, matches are only supposed to go to 4 points normally. So the 5 points was kind of supposed to nerf extreme finishes just a little more. So the score is now 1 match each. But both bays are putting up a surprisingly good fight. Anyways, next up we will be moving on to the last of the stadiums, the Double Extreme Stadium. This stadium has 2 extreme lines and a motorized plate in the center that exposes that center extreme line at a set interval. Meaning at some points you can hit it and not extreme dash, and at some points you will hit it and go around in circles over and over. Alright, there we go. Whoever wins this will take the cake. I'll still be launching Wizard Arrow first. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Night Lance going crazy off that center extreme line. Will that be to its benefit though? We'll have to find out. Night Lance with the survivor finish. Score is Night Lance 1, Wizard Arrow 0. What would have been a knockout seemingly for Night Lance, unfortunately resulted in a burst finish for Wizard Arrow there. The score is now Wizard Arrow 2, Night Lance 1. Honestly, these two bays are head to head, so we'll see. I'm not really sure if that was a legitimate burst finish or if I just didn't put in the high needle bit. So I'm going to do at over. But I can understand your skepticism. That's the main problem with bits like this, is they have a lower burst resistor than like attack type bits and some balance bits. But it's honestly completely possible that that was an earned burst finish. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, and a knockout for Wizard Arrow there. That puts the score at Wizard Arrow 2, Night Lance 1. Wizard Arrow only needs one more win of any kind to actually claim the match. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And that's that. Honestly, that's about what I expected to happen. Night Lance just doesn't have that great of a combo. It's not that I don't think the Night Lance layer is okay. It definitely is pretty decent at what it wants to do. I honestly think that there are better defense layers, but I think Night Lance works decent as a balance type layer, providing both defensive and attacking options. But unfortunately, that means that Wizard Arrow is actually our winner this time. So, sorry, Night Lance. But congratulations, Wizard Arrow. Overall, I thought that was a pretty interesting match. I wasn't expecting Night Lance to be able to put up much of a fight, especially against a stamina type. But we did see some of Night Lance's counter-attacking abilities being used in very interesting ways here. I think the main thing that screwed it over here is that, like, even if I didn't do over that one burst, Night Lance does have pretty bad burst resistance, and in a double extreme stadium, it's very possible for a lot of defense types to just burst due to being pressured against that inner extreme line. And this ultimately leads to some defense types just not being useful here. Not only that, but I find it very weird that a lot of defense types in Beyblade X are designed to be taller rather than shorter. There's only been one defense type so far that's focused on short height, which may or may not appear in the next video. But in the next video, we will actually be seeing 2 entirely new bays, though. So I will not be using a Wizard or Night Bay there. So, yeah. That's really it for this one. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure let me know in the comments. You should like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. I mainly do gaming videos, but, you know. If you think that I made some bad calls here, let me know in the comments. I want to see your perspective on it. Because keep in mind, my perspective is from over here and not dead on from where you guys are. And, yeah. Guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.